Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Saturday, May 11th, 2024. It's your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $sign ORION NWSF or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got some Saturday night baseball, the Oakland Athletics versus the Seattle Mariners. First pitch will be here in about 10 minutes. Let me get the music queued up, and then we will get into the starting lineups. All right, let's go, baby. Another hot one here in Oregon, another 90-degree day. And luckily for us, today will be the last day of the heat wave. And on the thumb, you already know what it is, baby. Julio Rodriguez. Let's get it, baby. I am ready. Let's start it off here first with the visiting Oakland A's. Leading off for the Oakland A's, second baseman, Abraham Toro. Batting second, playing left field tonight, Tyler Nevin. Batting third, playing center field for Oakland, J.J. Bleday. Batting cleanup and batting fourth, DHing for the Athletics, Brent Rooker. Batting fifth, playing first base, Tyler Soderstrom. Batting sixth, catching tonight, Kyle McCann. Batting seventh, playing shortstop for the Athletics, Max Schumann. Batting eighth, playing right field, Lawrence Butler. And batting ninth, playing third base tonight, Brett Harris. And making his major league debut, Joey Estes. Now let's get into the starting lineup for your Seattle Mariners. Leading off for the Mariners, playing third base, Josh Hollywood Rojas. Batting second, playing center field, no-fly zone, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. Batting third, playing right field, Mitch Hennigan. Batting cleanup and batting fourth, catching tonight, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting fifth, DHing for Seattle, Mitch Garver. Batting sixth, playing second base tonight, Jorge Polanco. Batting seventh, playing first base for the Mariners, Ty France. Batting eighth, playing left field for Seattle, Luke Raley. And batting ninth with a career-high 5 RBIs last night, the hero for Seattle, shortstop Demo Dylan Moore. And on the mound for the Mariners with a 3-2 record and an ERA of 2.61, Bryce Miller. And you know what time it is? It is Miller time. Let's get it, Mariners. Let's go, baby. I'm ready. What's good, Matt? Hopefully the weather in Maui is treating you well. It's been very, very hot here in Oregon. I'm glad for these temperatures to slightly go down from 90 to 80 tomorrow. So that'll be much better for me in Paisley. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Saturday and an early happy Mother's Day tomorrow. So I will be streaming tomorrow at 1 o'clock Pacific. Even though it is Mother's Day, I'll be spending some time with her as well. But we got the last game in the set, I believe, against the Oakland Athletics with Luis Castillo on the mound. Let me take a quick peek if we have a 4-game set or a 3-game. I believe that we go to, we play the Kansas City on Monday. Yes, we do. Okay. Just wanted to double check. So we're going in from a 3-game set, and then we're jumping right in at home and playing the Kansas City Royals. Let's go. And then it should be a good one tomorrow. We got Alex Wood versus Luis Castillo tomorrow. And I'll also be watching a little NASCAR Cup Series. And I believe they are in, I want to say Darlington. I ended up watching a little bit of the Xfinity race, and that one will be starting at noon. So I'll be watching a little bit of NASCAR Cup Series with Darlington, as well as doing the Mariner game tomorrow. Let's go, baby. Beautiful day here in the Pacific Northwest. And if you were lucky enough to look outside of your window last night, the Aurora Borealis, anywhere from Oregon to New York, all the way from England, Norway, Germany, you got to see some purple, some pink, some blue, some green. Pretty amazing stuff with that geomagnetic storm. And it sounds like if you look out your window tonight, depending on where you live, you may be able to see a little bit of magic out there tonight. Let's go. Let's get it, baby. Matt with the profile pic change. What's good? Let's get to 100 in donos. Let's stay focused throughout the whole stream. Let's get it. 20 likes, 100 in donos. Your boys got bills that are due, and hopefully we can get some support. Let's get it, baby. Daniel in the building. What's good? Jason in the building. What's good? Let's go. I'm ready. Go Mariners. Let's get it, baby. Happy Saturday. Hopefully you're having a great one, Daniel. Let's go. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. And, we'll get the views that'll pick up as the game gets started here. And if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. And shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. Let's go. So hopefully we can get to the 10 like number within the first hour and a half. And then obviously in the last hour and a half, hopefully we can rake up the other 10. Let's go, baby. Oh, should be a good one. Joey Estes making his Major League Baseball debut going against Bryce Miller. So that definitely is going to potentially favor us. Got a chance to watch a little bit of baseball as well earlier today. And obviously I wanted to see Paul debut for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Everyone knows that he's got a famous hot girlfriend in Livy Dunn, obviously gymnastics guru, let alone model and social media influencer. And they make a big power couple. So I wanted to be able to see that these LSU girls and guys that are representing, LSU, what they can do on the pro side. And, Paul was wheeling and dealing early. Now, his final stat line wasn't necessarily maybe what everyone is anticipating, but he got out there. He pitched 4 innings, 6 hits he gave up, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, but he did have 7 Ks. But the thing that was the most phenomenal was, I believe, his first 5 pitches were all 101 miles an hour. And this is a guy in Paul, where I feel he's like once in a generation type of talent. Now he's still going to have to hone in his skills, and they're on the Pittsburgh Pirates. So we know the Pirates are traditionally not that good of a team, but hopefully Paul can, end up leading that team to a better record with him, in the starting rotation, and definitely exciting to see. And hopefully he progresses through and through. The last pitcher, I believe, that got hyped up as much as this was maybe Steven Strasburg, about 14, 15 years ago. Started off pretty, fast and furious, but then kind of fizzled out, with a lot of injuries throughout his career. And I believe that Paul has a better chance to be better than Strasburg. But, Strauss gave us some memories, for the Nats for a few years before he started to go on his decline. But I'm ready here for the Mariners and the Athletics here tonight, and I'm ready for Miller time, baby. Let's go. Let's get it, baby. MSU in the building. What's good? Let's go. And if you ever need a link, Jason, to watch the games, I can always shoot you a link if you ever need one. Like if something is out of market or you want to be able to watch the Mariners and you just don't have any way to do it, you can message me, on socials, and I can send you a link, and then it works for everything. Basketball, baseball, football, hockey, whatever you need. Let's go, baby. Tigers beating up the Stros. I like that. Trident's up. Let's go, baby. It's time for Mariner baseball, baby. 18-22 record for the Oakland Athletics, 21-18 for the Seattle Mariners. There are a few people I know that are at this game right now, and hopefully we can bring the energy and the heat. And again, we need to be able to get these dubs against these teams that are lower than us. Let's go. On Prime. Nice. Yeah, it's kind of nice on Amazon Prime where they actually have access to certain games. I have Prime myself also, and it's always nice to be able to, watch something if, like I said, if you don't have cable, in the house at all or satellite, or maybe you just don't have it in your room, that it gives you another option to be able to watch some of these other games. And every once in a while, you'll have like an Apple TV exclusive and a few other things as well. So. Let's go, baby. Saturday greens, man. A little bit of that teal action. I love it, too. Very swaggy. It's, very unique for Seattle, too. So what do you have on Amazon Prime? Like, what are you watching it on? Are you just watching it on Prime and then you're going to the option and then you're just clicking on sports and then it gives you those options of the games? I just looked on mine to see if it was available on mine, but I live here in Oregon. So Oregon and Washington, we have it on Root Sports, but I didn't see anything on my Prime that had this game. It had other games, but not this one. Abraham Toro, the former Mariner, in the box. One pitch, pitches outside. Abraham Toro, 289 average, 3 home runs, and 15 ribbies in 2024. Pitch high in the zone. 1-2 count. Let's go, baby. I need to refresh this. This one is being too choppy. There we go. Let's go, baby. Abraham Toro, big swing and a miss. There we go, Bryce. Next up for the Athletics, Tyler Nevin. Pitches low into the dirt. 1-0 count. Man, this one is... I might have to use a backup here. I mean, I might have to turn my Prime on and see what I got going on here. Two-0 count. Just got to get adjusted here. Nice to see Bryce Miller with that first K. Man, come on, baby. Pitches outside, 2-0 count. Yeah, depending on what link you're watching on, some are going to have a little bit of a delay depending on where you're watching it and what platform that you're watching it on. I have to refresh my stuff here too as well, so. Yeah, no spoilers, bud. Top of the first, 0-0. Head of the count, 0-2, JJ Bleday. Hopefully they can get this fixed here. Obviously they're having some issues on my end. All right, 3 up and 3 down. And hopefully they get that situated there. They're having some technical difficulties on my end. Nice to see Bryce getting some Ks early on. Go, baby. 10 Ks. We need Miller time. Let's go. It's incredibly hot in here, too. Like I said, it feels like it's about 90 to 100 degrees in here with all the lighting and everything that I got going on. I don't got AC in this room. And it's 90 here in Oregon, so it's definitely a little uncomfortable, but I'm going to do my best. All right, leading off for the Mariners in the bottom of the first, third baseman Josh Hollywood Rojas. Batting second, playing center field, Julio Rodriguez. And batting third, playing right field, Mitch Haniga. Let's go, baby. Looks like we're getting close to the double-digit number. It looks like we just got there. Shout out to all the people that are watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. We're already at 10. Awesome. Now we got 10 more likes between now and the end of the stream, which is very doable. And we can end up hitting that goal. And then if we hit 20, we'll shoot for 25 or 30, depending on how many people actually show up at this broadcast. Let's go, baby. And making his major league debut for the Oakland Athletics, Joey Estes. Hopefully we can rough him up. Let's go Rojas. Let's go Hollywood. Be electric. Shout out to Demo Dylan Moore with a career high 5 RBIs last night. That was phenomenal. First pitch is outside. 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch. Pitch is low into the dirt. 2-0 count. Rojas, routine play to right field. 1 away. Good catch by Butler. We'll get Hollywood going later in the matchup. Not worried. Next up, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. You've been struggling. We need to get you going. Let's go, baby. Tridents up. And make sure you guys take care of your mental health, depression, addiction, anxiety. A lot of people are going through these things on the daily. If you feel yourself slipping into the darkness, just make sure that you're making the proper adjustments each day so that way you can win the day. Big facts. Let's go, Julio. 253 average, 1 home run, and 11 ribbies. And I ended up doing a comparison with his stat line, at this exact same point last year compared to this year. Pretty big difference, in the batting average and the home runs, but hopefully he can get going. And we traditionally start very slow, so I'm not really too worried about it, and we do have a 21-18 record, so we're going to be still floating first and second place between us and the Rangers all year. So, at some point, Julio will heat up. Remember, he did have that 4-game stretch where he had like 17 hits. So, right back to the pitcher. Estes throw to first, 2 away. get to 100 in donos, baby. Now, I don't think they were booing Julio. I think they were oohing because the pitcher almost got hit in the head, and he almost caught that ball, line drive right back to him. So I don't think it was boos. I was ooh. I mean, anytime you get a baseball, going 100 miles an hour right back at you, it's either going to plunk you in the head, the shoulder, or maybe the player will, end up having an amazing grab, or, it might end up getting deflected off their leg or their shoulder, and they're going to have to try to scoop and throw to first. But there's going to be probably some people that are a little irritated with Julio with slow start. But again, he is our superstar, and sometimes it takes a little while to get going. Next up, right fielder Mitch Haniga. Ahead of the count 2-0. So Hanny popped up, routine play. Looks like it's going to be 3 up and 3 down. And there it is. Quick first inning for the Athletics and the Mariners. See who is up next here for Oakland. Next up for the Athletics, DHing in the cleanup spot, Brent Rooker. Batting second, playing first base, Tyler Soderstrom. And batting third, backup catcher, Kyle McCann. Let's go Mariners. Let's go, Bryce. So far, 0.2 innings pitched, 0 hits, 0 earned runs, 0 walks, 1 K for Bryce. And then obviously there with Estes. So far, so good for him. No Ks, but I imagine we'll be able to get into him at some point. Let's go, baby. You already know what it is. It's Miller time. And I'm just wondering what it's going to be like during summer, when we end up having 90, 100, 105 degree temperatures, and I'm going to be grinding in here in the studio, just sweating my ass off. But, you gotta grind, you got dreams, you got to push. Going to the top of the second inning, still knotted up here at 0. Take a look at some of the other scores here from today. All right, so we got Brew Crew 5, Cardinals 3 in the bottom of the 8th. Rangers and Rockies knotted up at 2 in the bottom of the 6th. Dodgers 1, Padres 0 in the bottom of the 5th. Royals 1, Angels 0, end of the 1st. And then a couple final scores, Blue Jays 10, Twins 8. Orioles 5, Diamondbacks 4 and 11. Pirates 10, Cubs 9 final. Braves 4, Mets 1. Rays 7, Yankees 2, Phillies 8, Marlins 3, Red Sox 4, Nats 2, Tigers 8, Astros 2, and then White Sox beat the Guardians 3-1, and then Giants, Reds 5-1, San Francisco. Line drive from Rooker. Wow, that was too fast. Come on, Bryce. Rooker with a nice base knock there on Bryce Miller. Right down the middle. Next up, first baseman, Tyler Soderstrom. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. Love you and appreciate you. Top of the second, 0-0. Runner at first. Bryce Miller on the mound. Tyler Soderstrom in the box. Judah in the building. What's good? Appreciate the kind words. 333 average, 1 home run, and 2 ribbies so far for Tyler Soderstrom. Hurricanes 4, Rangers 3. The Hurricanes prevent the sweep earlier today, and then we got a huge matchup between the Stars and Avalanche in Colorado, and that's going to start here in about 5 or 6 minutes. So I might actually tune into that as well. Top of the second, runner at first, 2-0 count from Bryce Miller. Shot foul. Go, Bryce. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Saturday. Super excited for Darlington for NASCAR Cup Series tomorrow at noon. And we will be doing a Mother's Day live stream with the Mariners and the Athletics at 1 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. Big swing and a miss, 2-2 count. But, I mean, that shouldn't really surprise anybody. I mean, I pretty much work every day or almost every day throughout the year. My birthday, we work. Right? Christmas, we work. Right? Thanksgiving, we work. So there's not really that many days that I'll take off. Throughout the year. We're going to grind it out, so especially if there's something to do. 2-2 pitch. Fouled it off himself. Count remains 2-2. Then we got some good NHL action, obviously, for Mother's Day tomorrow. Panthers and Bruins, game number 4. Judah's excited about that. 3:30 TBS Pacific time. And then the Canucks and Oilers are going at it as well. So we'll have to wait and see if we're going to end up getting the Stanley Cup champ. Is it going to be the Panthers, Bruins, Rangers, and Hurricanes, which I feel are the underdogs, right? Or is it going to be Stars, Avalanche, or Canucks, Oilers, which are probably the heavy favorites to come out of those two series there? But I wouldn't really, I wouldn't count out Boston if they win. I wouldn't count out, New York either. But we'll have to kind of wait and see. And sometimes being the underdog is good. If they're going to take you for granted, like with the Rangers and the Bruins, compared to the Avalanche, the Stars, or the Canucks or the Oilers. So I'm definitely excited about to see where that goes. Big swing and a miss. Backup catcher, Kyle McCann. He just went yard in this photo. Hopefully he doesn't do that at this at-bat. Top of the second, 0-0 runner at first, 1 out. 0-1 pitch from Bryce Miller, low and outside. 1-1 count. About 387, 3 home runs, and 8 ribbies in limited action for Kyle McCann here in 2024. Popped up. All the way to the warning track. There we go, 2 away. Good defense by Julio Rodriguez in the no-fly zone. I'm going to put in maximum effort no matter what we're doing. Next up for the Athletics, shortstop Max Schumann. That's tough. That's very, very tough. I would agree to that. That's going to be difficult. How serious is the injury? Out for the rest of the year? I appreciate that, Jason. Yeah, because like I said, when anyone donates to the channel, you're not just supporting me, you're supporting my dream. So again, it took a long time to get to this point. I've been, recording and live streaming and making content for, 12, 13 years. This is my 8th year on YouTube, 12 years of recording, but it took me 10 years to be able to go full time. And now I'm full time for my 3rd year in a row. So, and that would obviously be due, in fact, to the great people that watch, like, sub, donate, comment, share on the daily. Chop foul, 1-1 count. My pup is in here missing me. Chest injury. Well, hopefully he'll be okay because that's a big piece of your team, as we know. Top of the second, 0-0 A's and Mariners. Hot as hell here, 90-plus degrees, which, for some people isn't not a big of a deal. But when you go through these big spurts in weather, pitch is high, 2-2 count. Like when you go from like 50, 60, 70 degrees, and then all of a sudden it jumps up to like 80 to 90. It's a little drastic, and it all depends if you have an AC or not. And a lot of people here in the Northwest don't have their AC plugged in yet. Usually they're going to have it plugged in like June or July. So there we go, Bryce. Another K there, baby. There we go. It's Miller time. Looking good so far. Nice job, Bryce. 2 innings pitch, 1 hit, no earned runs, no walks, and guess what? 3 Ks. You know what time it is? It's Miller time. Nice job, Bryce. Mariner Moose is loving it. Way to be electric, my guy. Pacing for 10 Ks. Let's get it. And that should be the standard for every Mariner pitcher, even including Brian Wu. You know, you want to hold that, you know, gold standard, that platinum standard, you know, for Luis Castillo, George Kirby, Logan Gilbert, Bryce Miller, and Brian Wu. No matter who it is, 1 through 5, the goal should be 10 Ks going into the game. And then if you fall short and you get 8 or 9 and we win, who cares, right? But as long as, you know, you're getting the dub at the end of the day, and there's going to be some games where you end up getting only 3 or 4 Ks, but if you get a bunch of pop-ups or ground outs, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, as long as you're getting the dub, that's what really matters for us. So. Yeah, I mean, I got fans and whatnot, but usually, you know, AC won't be plugged in until maybe next month and whatnot. So, yeah, it's 90 here, which is a little unusual. Back-to-back 90-degree temperatures, but then after today, it's much, much a little bit more reasonable for us here. Then it goes to 77, 67, 74, 78, 74, 67, 72, and 71. So, I mean, we're going to get some good temperatures, but for me, I like 70 to 75 with a breeze. You know, that's like perfect for me and my pup. So, like when we go walk and, you know, we go to the park or whatever we end up going and exercising, you know, that's usually the perfect temperature. So. Oh, baby. Cal! Back. Come on! Let's go! Oh, baby. Big dumper. 387 feet. Back. Come on! That's my guy. That's the dumper. Way to be electric. Let's go. Big dumper. 1-0 Mariners. The MVP of the Seattle Mariners, it might be Cal Raleigh. Let's go. Let's go. I mean, there's quite a few that you could mention that have been very good. Josh Hollywood Rojas, you know, for his batting average and his consistency. As far as clutch hitting, Cal Raleigh definitely number 1 on the Mariners right now. A lot of people thought it would be Julio, but that's not the case. And then the best pitcher, even though he got roughed up in his last start 11-1 against the Minnesota Twins, best pitcher still is Logan Gilbert. But right now, Rojas and Cal Raleigh, man, let's keep it moving, baby. Let's go. Tridents up, baby. Big swing and a miss. Mitch Garber, sit down. Well, plus, I got the ESPN scoreboard, so I can always see, you know, and I follow multiple pages that I have open. So as I'm watching the game, the scoreboard obviously is live, and then obviously I have other pages that are going to show me what's going on. So just in case, you know, if I don't see it just yet and I'm like 15 seconds behind, then eventually I'll end up seeing it, but then I can end up seeing the score being adjusted unless the guys on the ESPN side are, you know, taking a nap or, you know, they're a little slow. So let's go, baby. Let's go. Big dumper. Hell yeah. Next up, Jorge Polanco. Big dumper, baby. All my Mariner fans are going crazy. Let's go. Go Polanco. Couldn't get anything out of Garb, but hopefully he'll do something for us. Next up, Jorge Polanco, 182 average, 5 homers, and 13 ribbies. Not having really that good of a season for us, but hopefully he'll pick it up as well. Come on, baby. 2-2 count on Polanco. 2-2 pitch. Struck him out. Estes with the nasty pitch there. 2 away. And we'll make sure we're giving Joey some love too. We're not haters here. We're going to make sure we give proper love to both teams, both pitchers, both bullpen guys, both closers. You know, it's never going to be just one-sided like most people do when they stream. It'll be just their favorite team, their players, and just shitting on everybody else. But I like to appreciate greatness. I like to appreciate the opponent. And you never know, what kind of greatness you're going to see on the opposite end. So next up, Ty France. Let's go, Ty. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Help your boy out. Popped up, routine play. The damage is done with the Cal Raleigh homer. Let's go to the top of the third, 1-0 Mariners, baby. What I like to see right here, bringing that electricity, the big dumper. Next up for the Athletics in the top of the third, right fielder Lawrence Butler. Batting second, playing third base, Brett Harris. And batting third, playing second base, Abraham Toro. And shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. And if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. It'll really help us out a lot with the algorithm. And I've seen a lot of y'all have been doing it already. We're at 14. We need 6 more to hit the goal to get to 20. And then once we get to 20, we'll shoot for 25 or 30 if we have that type of people watching, in the room at that particular moment. We got about 30 people total watching right now. So between half on Twitter/X and the other half on YouTube. So I appreciate you guys. And hopefully we can end up getting a few goats to come through to show some love on the dono side as well. We always shoot for 20 likes or more and 100 in the donos. It's been a little light the last 4 or 5 days. Hopefully we can get one of the goats to come through to show some love because believe you me, your boy's got bills to pay, and I'm going to continue to keep grinding, and hopefully we can get blessed either today, tomorrow, or Monday. I'm going to need it. Top of the third, 1-0 Mariners. 1-0 pitch from Bryce. Pitch is high in the zone. 2-0 count. Two-0 pitch to Butler. Chop towards third, foul. 2-1 count. Top of the third, 1-0 Seattle. 2-1 pitch from Bryce. Pitches outside, 3-1 count. Come on, Miller. Three-one pitch. Pitches outside. Oh, they gave him a strike on that one. That was clearly a ball. And then obviously we're going to probably get a makeup pitch here. Makeup call like in the NBA when they fuck up. Unless you have an Angel Hernandez that just calls ball strikes and strikes balls on the regular. 3-2 pitch. Inside and he walked him. Not a good sign. Come on, Bryce. Not a good sign. Next up for the Athletics, third baseman Brett Harris. Top of the third, 1-0 Seattle. Throw to first. Safe. Trying to catch Butler sleeping. Pitch in the zone for a strike, 0-1 count. Harris batting 154 so far in 2024. Come on. Bryce, it feels like things are starting to slip a little bit. Chopper. Unbelievable. Harris single to left, Butler to second. And we have no outs. Uh-oh. Next up, 0 for 1 with a K, the former Mariner, second baseman, Abraham Toro. Now we got to hope and pray we get a double play here. Got to find a way to get out of this inning. First pitch on the corner. Cal saves it in the dirt. Appreciate that, Jason. Thank you so much, man. He said, go Mariners. Let's go, baby. Stacks on stacks. Racks on racks. A little cactus jack. Bang, bang. $2 holla. 98 to go to hit the goal. Let me know what you want to do for photos. If you got a particular favorite Mariner player, past or present. You want Ken Griffey Jr., Randy Johnson, Ichiro. You want some Julio. You let me know what you want for a photo. HD 4K. I'll be able to find something. Appreciate you. Jason with a tour. Thank you so much, brother. Top of the third, 1-0 Seattle. Runners at first and second, 1-1 pitch. Chop towards first base, towards right field. This is going to score one. God damn it. Tied up at 1. If it keeps going like this, Bryce is going to get pulled early by like the 4th inning. Nice RBI there by Toro. Not exactly what we want to see here as Mariner fans, but, again, sometimes the pitching is going to be very, very good for the Mariners, and other times it's going to struggle. Castillo started off the season 0-4, right? And he was our number 1 starter. So, Bryce Miller and George Kirby have been either really hot or really not. Emerson Hancock was filling in for Brian Wu, and he wasn't very good. Brian Wu left early last night, just precautionary, and really the only solid pitcher that you could say that's done fantastic besides his last start, where we got blasted 11-1, and he got 5 runs he gave up in the first inning, Logan Gilbert. But Logan has really been the only consistent pitcher we've had, even though we have one of the best rotations in baseball. We just need a little bit more consistency, game in and game out. Next up for the Athletics, Tyler Nevin. Big swing and a miss. 0-2 count, behind in the count. You want some Josh Rojas? Okay, I got you, man. Appreciate you. Top of the third, 1-1 A's and Mariners. Got the Mariners in a little bit of a jam here. Chop foul towards first base by Nevin. But if we can just get a couple strikeouts or, a strikeout and then a double play, we can get out of this inning not fully unscathed, but, only giving up 1 when you have bases loaded, no outs. I would say that's a win. 0-2 pitch, smoke them. There we go. There we go, baby. There we go, baby. Mariner Moose likes that. Keep it moving, baby. Got to get to 10 Ks tonight. Nevin strikes out swinging. Next up for the Athletics, 0 for 1, center fielder, J.J. Bleday. I mean, since we don't have Matt Brash for the whole year, that was our best bullpen guy, besides Andres Munoz as our closer. Saucedo was probably the most unreliable, and then he just got hurt a couple days ago. So I hope that he recovers, but I'm kind of glad that he's not going to be on the mound because I feel he's a liability rather than an asset. So, again, once we end up getting into the bullpen, it's either going to be hit or miss. Some of those guys are going to be amazing, game in and game out, and then there's going to be games where, regardless of who we put in, Stanek or whoever it is, they're going to get roughed up, and that's baseball. So, we just want to have as much consistency as possible. 239 average, 4 homers, 15 ribbies for J.J. Bleday. Pitches inside, 2-0 count. Come on, Bryce. Pitches outside, 3-0 count. And this is pretty normal. I mean, it just depends on how many Mariner games that you've watched. Like for someone like me, I watch every game. So I'm always going to break down every inning, every pitch, every start, and again, when we started the year, Castillo was terrible. He was 0-4. He wasn't getting run support, but he wasn't hitting his spots. For guys on the team, if you're not familiar with the Mariners, so Luis Castillo is a guy that has all heat, but not really a whole lot of location. So if he's throwing, 95 to 100 and he's not hitting his spots, he's going to give up home runs and a lot of RBIs, and that's what happened at the beginning of the year. George Kirby is the opposite. He's like a Greg Maddux. He doesn't really have the top-end speed like Castillo, Miller, and Wu, right? But if he's not hitting his spots, then his pitches are not really in that proper location. So instead of having 100 miles an hour, essentially you're throwing something 90 to 95 perfectly for the hitter. And that's what George Kirby has been doing, and he's been getting roughed up, and he's got a knee injury that they're not really fully disclosing on how bad it is. So that's a part of it too, right? Logan Gilbert, he doesn't really do anything elite, right, for like top-end speed or location, but he does everything really, really good, and he's been the most consistent. And then as we go to Bryce Miller, he's a guy like Luis Castillo and Brian Wu. They're going to be doing that top-end speed, but sometimes they don't have location. So if you're just going to be hurling 95 to 100-mile-an-hour pitches, it's either going to lead to home runs, walks, hit by pitches, a lot of RBIs, or an occasional amazing, 10K game. But Julio, wow. Right at the end of the glove there. That was close. Skeens, I like him. Obviously, you would want him to have more, less hits given up. And obviously, if you watch, I watched that game, a good chunk of it this morning because I wanted to see his debut. He's probably the most highly touted, pitching prospect since Steven Strasburg from 14 years ago. But I think that he's going to develop. I think he's going to be really, really good. Hopefully that he'll get some run support, on that roster, even though that roster isn't very good at the moment. And I'm hoping that he ends up turning into an all-star, pitcher in the next couple years. It's good for baseball when you got guys that are highly touted that actually pan out instead of guys that are hyped up and they end up being a bust or they end up getting injured. Top of the third, 1-1 A's and Mariners. Rooker. That brings in one. 2-1 A's, not good. And this is the type of stuff that we get from Bryce Miller, Luis Castillo, George Kirby. I think a lot of us were anticipating those guys really being the cornerstone. I don't think they assumed that Logan Gilbert, would be the best pitcher at this point, and the other guys would be kind of hit or miss. But that's what we're kind of dealing with right now in 2024. We still have a top 3, top 5 pitching staff, but it could be much, much better, if we could get better results, out of these starting pitching, starters. But it is what it is. But again, the game is long, and once, we get past the 6th inning, then it'll be a 3-inning race to catch up if we're down. So, and at that point, starting pitching will be out, and then we'll have to, see what the bullpen can do, if they'll be an asset or a liability. Top of the third, 2-1 A's. Bryce Miller looking like shit. Runners on the corners on first and third, 2 outs. 1-0 count to Tyler Soderstrom. And I'll get you your Rojas photos here in just a second. Big swing and a miss, 1-1 count. But even as good as Logan Gilbert was, started off last year in 2023 pretty hot, hit a wall, maybe got a little depressed, but then he ended up winning his last 10 to 11 starts at the end of the year, and he carried over that momentum into this year. So hopefully they can follow in Logan Gilbert's path, and we can get some more consistency, out of our starting pitching. And these guys are way too talented, to be giving up as many runs as they are in 2024, but that's how it goes. It's either pitching is there, and hitting's not. Big swing and a miss, got him, right? But it's like hitting, pitching, bullpen. A lot of times you're not going to get all three in one game. But he got another K there, but the damage was done. 2-1 A's, but with that being said, he's got 5 Ks. So he's on pace for 10, but he just got to be a little bit better, in between, the innings there, not giving up as many walks and, having a little bit more location on his pitches and a little bit more heat. But at least we're only down 2-1 rather than 3-1 or 4-1 at this point. Let's go to the bottom of the third inning, and let's get some photos up here for Jason. I appreciate you getting it started. Mariners! I don't think a lot of people anticipated Hollywood Josh Rojas to be the best player, on the team consistency-wise. But again, in the first 60 games of last year, Jared Kelenic was the only good player, besides maybe Paul Sewald as a closer. But as far as hitters were concerned, Kelenic was the only one that was doing good in the first 60 games. And right now we're sitting at just under 40. We're at 39. So we still got a few more games to see if anyone else will step up to the Hollywood Josh Rojas level. Couple new ones. Ooh, I like that one. I'll get you one more. Luke Rayleigh in the box. But I'll be able to use a couple of these for future streams as well. Let's go, baby. Especially when Rojas makes a great defensive play. Wow, line drive and caught. How the hell did he get that? Luke Rayleigh getting robbed on that line drive. Wow. Let me see a replay of that. Unbelievable. Soderstrom with an amazing play. Next up, shortstop, 5 RBI career game last night. Demo, Dylan Moore. Go Demo. Big swing and a miss. Behind in the count 0-2. Come on, Demo. Moore. Popped up to right field. All the way back to the 10th row. Nice catch. Good souvenir for that fan. Demo popped it foul. All right, looks like we need 6 more people to smash the like button to get us to 20. 5 more people to get to 20. So if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. And he punched him out. Demo, damn it. 2 away. Next up, 0 for 1, third baseman, Josh Rojas. Let's go, Hollywood. Pitch is outside. 1-1 count. Let's go, Josh. Bottom of the third, 2-1 A's, 2 outs, 1-1 pitch to Rojas. Good eye. That's one thing I noticed about Rojas compared to all the other, positional players. He will strike out from time to time, but again, as far as consistency is concerned, he's got some of the best eyes on the team to be able to know when a pitch is in the zone or when he's getting baited to try to swing at some garbage. And he usually won't swing at the garbage like Julio and a lot of the other players do. 347 average, 3 homers, and 8 ribbies for Hollywood Josh Rojas. And again, it may take us, a few more innings to get our groove. Maybe 6th inning, 7th inning, big swing and a miss. Got him. 3 up, 3 down. See who's up next here for the Athletics in the top of the 4th. Leading off for the Athletics, 0 for 1, backup catcher Kyle McCann. Batting second, 0 for 1 with a K, shortstop Max Schumann. And batting third, 0 for 0 with a run and a base on ball, right fielder Lawrence Butler. And remember, like we go over multiple times throughout the stream, depression, anxiety, addiction. A lot of people are going through these things on the daily. It gets tough. But if you feel like you're slipping, make sure you're sticking to a positive routine. Cut back on some of the things that are destructive in your life. Exercise a little bit more. Cut back on the fast food. Spend time with friends. Spend time with pets. Listen to music. Go out for a walk. Enjoy that fresh air. You'd be really surprised if you make a few minor adjustments to your day, how it can really help you out mentally and give you a positive mental health. Big facts. I've been there. Appreciate you, Jason. $1 holla. Appreciate you, my guy. Let me know what you want to see. What's another player you want to see in the lineup, and I got you. Appreciate you. Every dollar counts. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks. A little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. Jason with another dollar. Appreciate you, man. And again, anytime donations come through, you're not only donating to me and my pup, you are supporting a dream. And that is a big, big thing, to be able to support someone doing something that takes a lot of hard work and a lot of effort and a lot of energy, a lot of sacrifice. I appreciate you. Pitch in the zone for a strike. 0-2 count to McCann. Come on, Bryce. I know you got the Ks, right? But you've been giving up too much. You got 6 Ks, but you've given up 4 hits, 2 earned runs, and a walk. It's just, it's like we're getting the K part down, which is exciting, but you're giving up, too many clutch hits and walking guys. But there we go. We got another K for Bryce. There we go. He's like, I got to get to 10 Ks. Got to find a way to get run support. But also, on the flip side, the Mariners need to do a better job to give our pitching staff some run support. We need to be able to get to 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits every single day. You can't expect to be able to win a game scoring only 1 to 4 runs. You have to get 5 runs and 7 to 10 hits if you want to have, any type of chance. Can you end up winning a 1-0 game once in a while, or 2-1 or 3-2? Of course. But the way that this Major League Baseball pitching and hitting with the pitch clock and the new rules, you better make sure you're getting run support for your pitchers, or it's going to be a long year. We can do some Cal. Popped up. Schumann. Julio's there. There we go. No fly zone, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got the Julio defensive pick there. All right, next up for the A's, right fielder Lawrence Butler, 0 for 0 with a run and a base on ball, baby. I actually think that he could leave. Again, if Kirby Smart gets fired, who do you think they're going to call?
You know what I mean? So you can't take that for granted. I mean, we've already seen Taggart go, Crystal Ball go, you know. So again, you know, if for whatever reason he can say, "Oh, I'm loyal, I'm loyal, I'm loyal," and that's all nice and dandy, but we thought, you know, loyalty was going to be with Chip and some other people, but you never know what things might come up with, like sanctions, you know, or illegal recruiting or whatever, you know, might come up. And instead of jeopardizing, you know, Oregon, Chip left. Because if he would have stayed, we would have been under sanctions. And we would have got penalized for a few years. So he didn't want the Oregon Ducks to you know, suffer, you know, based on some of those things that happened with like DeAnthony Thomas and LaMichael and, you know, maybe some of the questionable recruiting tactics. You know, you got to think cheating goes, you know, as far as like illegal recruiting and things that, you know, aren't supposed to be talked about. I mean, it happens on every single team across the country, you know, trying to be able to give gifts to the parents or vehicles or whatever to try to sway, you know, their son's decision to play football for a college and whatnot. But I definitely don't think Dan Lanning's going to stay at Oregon for the next 10 or 20 years. You know, if he does, that would be great. But again, with a high profile job like Georgia, you know, if, you know, Kirby Smart were to get fired in the next, let's say 5 years, you know, and I would assume Dan is going to stay here for at least a couple more. We would assume he'll be here for the next 2 to 5 years. But if for whatever reason George, you know, Kirby Smart gets fired, let's say 4 years from now, who do you think the number one target's going to be? It's going to be Dan Lanning, and he might actually leave. You know, he probably wouldn't leave any other place besides Georgia. That would be the only place that he would go. I don't think he would go to necessarily Michigan or Ohio State. I think he would stay at Oregon, but he already turned Bama's job down. But, you know, besides Oregon, Ohio State, and Michigan, and if we're all in the same, you know, Big Ten now, he already said no to Bama. So, again, he has ties with Georgia. That would really be the only place I could see him leaving to, either Georgia or possibly the NFL down the road. You know, but hopefully he stays at Oregon for, you know, 10 to 20 years. That would be great. Because if you can get some consistency like Nick Saban had, that'll turn Oregon into a powerhouse like Bama. Year in and year out, we never have to worry about our head coach and players transferring and then changing their mind and leaving. So at this point, it's not really about the players and who we can get. It's about Dan Lanning staying. You know, it's about Ryan Day staying. It's about Kirby Smart staying. Sarkisian at Texas staying. And if those guys stay for the next 10 years at that school, it's going to benefit them and have them get closer to a natty or multiple. But if you leave, then, you know, those teams aren't going to be as relevant. So, and I'll get you some Cal here in just a second. Top of the fourth, 2-1 A's. Jason's doing his own dono party, and I appreciate that very much. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little cactus jack, bang, bang. Wow, they say Polanco missed that tag. Let me see a replay. We're at 5:95 to go. Appreciate you, Jason. Why wouldn't he want to go to Georgia? Yeah, see, now you're being delusional, acting like Oregon is the best thing since sliced bread. Everyone has always said that they want to be here. They want to be here. But again, you know, Oregon is definitely one of the, you know, top 4 or 5 colleges moving forward, you know, with Ohio State, Georgia, you know, Bama and Texas. But again, as good as Oregon is, right, you know, Georgia's job is bigger than Oregon's, you know, as far as, you know, NFL recruiting wise. You know, they have natties, we don't. So you always have to keep that in mind. You know, like I said, to act like he doesn't want to go back there would be stupid. You know, if the opportunity came up, he definitely would go. So let's just hope Georgia continues to be dominant and Kirby Smart keeps his job, and then hopefully Dan will stay with us. And then we can win our own natty. See, that's just you hoping that he doesn't leave, but to act like he has no interest in Georgia is ridiculous. Big punch out by Miller. Nice job, Bryce. And plus, you know, I've been watching sports a lot longer than you, Matt. You know, you're 22, bro. I'm 42. I could be your dad, all right? I've been watching since I was 3. You've been watching probably for, what, 10 years? You know, 10 or 12 years of your life. You know, I've been watching for like, what, 38 years? So, you know, I wish that people were loyal, but you have to understand it's a business. College football and the NFL are a business now. It's no longer, hey, I'm going to give you my word. I'm going to give you a handshake and I'm going to be there. Like I said, if another opportunity comes where, it's an alma mater or somewhere where they were before and it's a good opportunity, they're definitely going to consider leaving. So now, do I want him to go to Georgia? Fuck no. This is the best guy that we've had, recruiting-wise, leader-wise, and his intelligence-wise, since Chip Kelly. It hurt when Chip Kelly left, right? But now he's at Ohio State, and he's waiting in the wings to become their new head coach after they fire Ryan Day, at some point or another if they go that route. So we'll see where it goes. But to act like to act like, he wouldn't take the job. It's one thing to turn Bama down, but he played, he was defensive coordinator for Georgia. Why would he go to Bama? He doesn't like them, But if Georgia came calling, that would be their number one target. And there would be nobody higher. If Chip Kelly was available, Dan Lanning would be number one, if Georgia had a job opening. There wouldn't be anyone higher than him. So. All right, let's get some photos up here. Come on, Julio. With one more cow, and then we'll get into Julio here. Bottom of the fourth, 2-1 A's. Pitches inside. 1-0 count. Nice to see Julio, not Chase. Let's go, baby. Bottom of the fourth, 2-1 A's. Next up in the box, Julio Rodriguez. Come on, baby. Trident's up. Find that home run swing again, my guy. We need it. One pitch, crushed foul, behind in the count. 1-2, 0 for 6 this series. Come on, Julio. One-two pitch. Pitch is low and outside. 2-2 count. And again, no matter if it's like my favorite team, my favorite players, my favorite coaches, I'm always going to be not biased. I'm always going to keep it 100. And again, you have to look at it from an outside point of view. Julio, back. Oh, what a catch. Are you fucking kidding me? That wasn't going to be a homer, but that was a hell of a grab. That would have been easily a double there as they're smiling at each other, noticing that he definitely robbed Julio of a double, maybe even a triple there. Wow. Nice job by Lawrence Butler with the defense. And again, other Mariner, streamers and content creators would never give, credit or photos of other players on the other team, but that's what separates us here compared to every other streamer or channel on YouTube or Twitch. We appreciate greatness. It's not about the jersey name on the front. It's about the name on the back. JJ Bleday popped up, 2 away. Julio, 1 away. Haniger, 2 away. Come on, Mitch. We need you to be deeper there in the box. Next up, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Cal Raleigh homered to right center, 387 feet in the bottom of the second. We need other individuals on this team to step up, but so far so good for our boy, Cal Raleigh. Maybe Rojas can join the party. Let's go, Cal. Pitch is outside. 1-0 count. Oh, they called that a strike? 0-1 count. Wow. Let's go, Cal. Big rip, swing and a miss on a garbage pitch behind in the count. 0-2. Come on, Cal. Oh-2 pitch. Chop foul. Estes is doing a fucking phenomenal job, considering this is his first major league start. He's got 4 Ks. Bryce Miller's got 7, but still, he's on pace for 7 to 8 Ks. Estes, and they got the 2-1 lead. So, pretty good so far. I mean, you gave up the home run to Cal, but that's it. We only have one hit so far, so obviously Estes is doing a great job. The Mariner, collective group of hitting needs to do much better, especially if this is his first appearance in the major leagues. It's the 4th inning and we only got one fucking hit. I mean, come on. And thank God that one hit was a homer. Otherwise, we'd be down 2-0 right now. Let's go, Cal. Pitches inside, 1-2 count. Oh, struck him out. Big whiff. You can't blame Cal. He already gave us the home run, so it's like you're not going to hit a home run at every at-bat. But again, you'd like for guys not to chase, but you have to give credit where credit's due. Estes is wheeling and dealing, and sometimes that'll happen, It's not like we're a very good hitting team in 2024. The team is batting like 200 to 220, just like they did last year. As a team collectively, that's terrible. We're in the bottom 10 of hitting, top 5 in pitching. So something's got to give. And if we can end up being a top 10 hitting team and a top 5 pitching team, that's when we're going to make a World Series or an ALDS, ALCS on the regular. But until we can improve the hitting to be a top 10, we're going to have a lot of innings like that. End of the 4th inning, 2-1 A's. Anything else that you want to be able to see photo-wise? Jason, let me know. Name off another player that you want to see, and I got you with some more photos. I appreciate you. See who's up next here for the Athletics. All right, next up for the Athletics, 1 for 2 with an RBI and a K. Second baseman, Abraham Toro. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a K. Left fielder, Tyler Nevin. And batting third, 0 for 2, center fielder, J.J. Bleday. That's why, like, when I watch these games, and I've been, a fan since like the mid 80s, I never take a team for granted. So it's like a lot of people say, oh, the A's are coming into town, we're going to sweep them. I already know that that's not true. You never can underestimate, teams that you think are much, Mariners are much better than, because what will happen is the Mariners will play up to the competition. Like when we play against like the Rangers or the Yankees, when we're going against the Dodgers or the Braves, we might lose, but we're going to give everything that we got. But then sometimes when we end up, having those lower matchups, like, maybe the A's or the Nats or teams that, like the Cardinals, and we, and it's like you kind of play down to the competition. And if you play down to the competition, sometimes they'll punch you in the mouth and you can't recover. And then you end up losing like 3-2. And then at the end of the day, you're like, how the hell did we lose to the A's? But again, you have to bring it every single game. You just can't come in thinking that you're going to blow out a team that you traditionally have blown out in years past. Different year, different setting. So, Mitch Garver. Okay. We'll get you some Mitches. Top of the 5th, 2-1 A's. Next up in the box. McCann will be up here in a few at-bats, but we have Abraham Toro. Hopefully we can get a strikeout here. 1-2 pitch. Smoke him. Pitch is outside. 2-2 count. Estes, 4 innings pitch, 1 hit, 1 earned run, no walks. That's a big one. 5 Ks. Bryce Miller, 4.1 innings pitch, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks. And if he smokes him here, it'll be 8 Ks. There we go. There we go. Pacing for 10, but again, we need some run support. It's like, imagine getting 10 Ks in a game, and then the only thing that the hitters can do is get a hit. Something needs to change. We need to spend some money, get some better quality hitters on the roster. Yeah, It would be nice to have another superstar come in and join the roster that we have, or just getting more consistent hitters, getting a better consistent second baseman than Polanco, getting a better DH, even if we had Tom Murphy, the backup catcher, or Mike Ford, that's better than Garver. Polanco hasn't really been that successful for us either. They've been struggling, and Luke Raley's not that good either. So it's like, we had Teoscar, Kelenic, and Eugenio Suarez, and all three of those players are better than the three that we got. But again, they strike out a lot. But a lot of the guys that we have now are striking out a lot. That was the big complaint, that Teoscar and Kelenic and Suarez struck out a lot, right? And then we bring in these new guys, and they're doing the same shit. So, at some point we'll find some consistency. But even look at our Hall of Fame potential player, Julio Rodriguez. He's playing terrible. It's like his defense is good. He can run the bags pretty well. But as far as his presence in the box and, swinging wildly, chasing pitches, he hasn't been very good in his career so far, in that element of his game. He can, get close to winning home run derbies. He should be a guy, like Ronald Acuna Jr. at 40-40 club, 40 home runs, 40 stolen bases. And if he's not getting that, at least try to get, 30-30. Again, I don't think anyone anticipated almost 40 games in, he's got one fucking home run. That's not good, But again, at least his batting average is getting higher. But instead of getting 30 to 40 home runs, Nevin flied out to Haniger, 2 away. It looks like he's pacing for 15 to 20 home runs. And he might not even get that. I mean, shit, we're about, a quarter of the way through the season, and he's got 1. So if he keeps going like this, he's going to end the season with 4 home runs. That's not good for a guy that's supposed to be a Hall of Fame type of player. And I'm a big Julio guy. I got a lot of Julio merch. I got multiple Julio autographs. I got a Julio foul ball in his rookie year. I'm a big Julio guy. But again, something needs to change. Better batting coaches, better, better practice time, better time in the cage, and maybe watching more film, on how pitchers are pitching to you and going over your at-bats. I highly doubt Julio's doing that, And obviously, he's got an athlete girlfriend. I imagine he's spending a lot of time with her, but if he actually took the time to go over looking at every pitch, at every at-bat, and seeing what he could do different, then I think that his batting average would go up, mechanics would change. But again, it just depends on how bad do you want it. Do you want to be an all-star player, or do you want to be a Hall of Fame player? Do you want to be Ken Griffey Jr.? You want to be Randy Johnson? You want to be Edgar Martinez? You want to be Ichiro? Or do you want to be just a guy on the Mariners? That's going to be the difference. Like, how hard are you willing to work to become great? So, popped up. There we go. Let's go to the bottom of the 5th. Next up, 0 for 1 with a K, Mitch Garver. We'll get a few photos of him for you. Batting second, 0 for 1 with a K, Jorge Polanco. And batting third, 0 for 1, Ty France. Ty France needs to be replaced. Maybe even a year or 2 ago, we need to find someone that's maybe a little bit younger and someone that's a little bit more consistent at first. Now, do I like Ty? Yes. But again, like I said, Garver could be replaced. Polanco could be replaced. France could be replaced. Raley could be replaced. We set down Jonathan Clase, which didn't make any sense. I would rather have Jonathan Clase playing left field and his at-bat than Luke Raley, but I'm not the one in charge. So, again, everyone's going to have their favorites and whatnot, but we're still a work in progress. I got a really good one that I've been saving for the Mitch Garver walk-off photo. Beautiful. This will be a part of the regular rotation. Come on, Garv. Line drive. One away. I got another one for Mitch for you. Hopefully he'll end up connecting at some point. Next up, Jorge Polanco pitches inside. 1-1 count. 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the second. We need those bats to heat up, baby. You know, and as much as, you know, we try to root for like Garv and Polanco and Rayleigh, you know, if I had my choice, you know, and I like Josh Rojas at third, you know, he's been playing better than obviously Eugenio Suarez, but if I had a choice between Eugenio Suarez, Teoscar Hernandez, and Jared Kelenic, or, you know, Mitch Garver, Jorge Polanco, and Luke Rayleigh, I think you know which one I would choose. But even with those three guys last year, we still weren't able to make the playoffs, so shit happens. That's a good question. We have to figure out where it went. Hopefully he can get his routine back, but you know, his power mechanics are nowhere near where they were. You know, and again, I know guys usually start off slow, but even with a guy like Julio starting off slow, right? You would think he at bare minimum, right? With 40 games in, we're at game 39. Bare minimum, you would think he would have at least 4 or 5 home runs at this point. Maybe not 9 or 10 like he had last year, you know, but again, you know, it's like you're pacing for like 4 home runs for the season when you're a guy that should be able to put up 30 to 50 home runs. You know, if you can, you know, find yourself like you did, you know, with all the home run derby action and what he was able to do the first couple years, but something needs to change. And I'm not sure if Julio's really putting out 100% effort on and off the field. If I had to take a guess, I would say no. You know, because again, if he was, he wouldn't be sitting at 1 fucking home run right now. Polanco. Back to the wall. Go, go, go. Hell yeah. Stand up double. Jorge Polanco, baby. Let's go. Nice job. Here we go. Maybe we can get a rally here in the bottom of the 5th. Next up, first baseman, Ty France. Bottom of the 5th, 2-1 Athletics, which is high and in the zone. 2-0 count. Come on, Ty. I do too. You know, if I could have 3 people in the All-Star game, I want Rojas, Cal Raleigh, and I want Logan Gilbert. You know, and I want him to be able to contend for the Cy Young as well. Throw to first, 2 away. But those are the 3 guys that are the most deserving. Rojas, obviously, right? Cal Raleigh for being clutch, switch hitter. He's even throwing guys out, you know, defensively, and that was something I thought that he could work on. You know, Harry Ford is waiting in the wings to be our catcher of the future, and then Cal can either be catcher or DH, depending on where they go. Same thing for Harry Ford. He can be a catcher or a DH. But they have a mound visit now. Next up, they got Luke Rayleigh. But the Estes, you got to give him a lot of kudos. He's done great so far. Jason with another dono. Appreciate you. I wish we had other people that would support like you. Appreciate you, my guy. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. $2 holla. Appreciate you, man. We're at 7. 93 to go. Next up, Luke Rayleigh. And make sure you like, sub, donate, comment, share. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. We got 20 plus in the room right now, and then another 13 to 15 on Twitter/X. Out of the people that are watching right now on YouTube, if you haven't smashed the like button, we need 2 of you to get to our goal to hit 20. We're at 18 right now, so if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. And if you're watching on Twitter/X, you'd have to jump here onto the YouTube side to do it. But hopefully we get 2 people to be able to do that for us out of the 33 that are watching right now. Appreciate you guys. 2 more likes, and we're at 20. And then we'll shoot for 25. Bottom of the 5th, 2-1 Athletics, runner at second, 2 away. But we don't have very many clutch hitters on the team besides Rojas and Cal. That's it, you know. And Cal will get you the home runs, but he will strike out, right? And then Rojas is pretty damn consistent, you know, game in and game out. And then, you know, one consistent pitcher out of Logan Gilbert, and that's pretty much it. Little underhand throw to first and another wasted inning for the Mariners. That's tough. Keep a runner stranded there with Polanco at second. End of the 5th inning. Let's go to the top of the 6th. Who else do you want to see photo-wise? Hockey from home in the building. What's good? Yeah, but I definitely would love to see Rojas in the All-Star game. Probably won't be able to get there, you know, just because, you know, they're going to hate on the Mariners, and I would highly doubt, you know, when you got guys that are, you know, big-name guys, you know, maybe not necessarily in the American League, but when you got guys like Nolan Arenado and Manny Machado, even if they're not having good years, right, they usually will cater to guys like that have been to All-Star games before instead of letting a new guy come in. But definitely Cal is deserving. Rojas is deserving, and Logan Gilbert is deserving, but I don't know if we're going to get all of those guys to get in. So. All right, we can do that. Get some good juju for Jorge. Let's go. That's a dope one at Polanco. In the zone for a strike. Next up for the Athletics, Brent Rooka. Top of the 6th, 2-1 A's. One pitch for Bryce to Rooker. Haniger is right there. 1 away. Next up for the Athletics, first baseman Tyler Soderstrom. 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Come on, Mariners. Playing down to the competition. You know, again, if we get into a situation like this and Bryce Miller has 10 Ks and then we end up losing 2-1, you know, we have to get better players that can hit, you know, in this lineup. How are we going to have top 3 pitching and bottom 10 hitting? Sometimes we're bottom 5 hitting. You know, that's terrible. And with all that said, we're fucking second place in the American League West with a 21-18 record. Can you imagine if the pitching wasn't good? Holy shit, we probably would only have like 7 or 8 wins right now. You know, we'd probably be like the Astros and be in like fucking last place. So we better figure this shit out really quick. JP is very close to coming back. He actually posted on his socials from his mansion with the Aurora Borealis, the lights, you know, that we ended up seeing. You know, with the pinks and the purples and whatnot, but he should be coming back. I think, you know, the due date, speculative, is May 17th. So next week sometime, as long as he doesn't have a setback. Pitch in the zone for a strike against Soderstrom, 1-2 count. But Wu is day-to-day. Dominic Canzone is also rumored to be back around the same time, around May 17th as well. Saucedo, May 23rd, maybe later than that. And then other than that, that's pretty much it. But once JP comes back in the lineup, I don't think we should have JP leading off. I would rather have Rojas leading off and JP in the 2-hole. Or if you want to have JP in the 1-hole, put Rojas in the 2-hole. Off the wall. Throw it, Julio. Stand up double for Tyler Soderstrom. Bryce Miller with 8 Ks, but he's given up 5 hits and 2 walks. Next up, backup catcher Kyle McCann. Come on, Mariners. It's like, for one point in my life, I just want to be able to have, like any Mariner fan that always, desperately wishes, can we get great hitting, great pitching, great bullpen, great closer? Can we just end up getting great in all the categories? But as we know, it's like usually we'll have like 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 4, but we never can usually have all of the categories. Usually there'll be something that's, not good for the Mariners in that particular game. So, yeah, Miller is getting close, but again, they're going to try to see if he can get 2 Ks here to get him to 10, but he'll be out after this inning. He's at 91 pitches, so after these 2 outs, he'll be out, and it's only 2-1. He hasn't given up 5 runs, so he earned the right to be able to stay through this 6th inning. Now, if we were, down 5-1, then I would say, yeah, get his ass out of there. But this is not a Bryce Miller problem. This is a hitting problem for the Mariners. Even though that he gave up some crucial hits and he's given up 5 hits, the score is 2-1. This is not a Bryce Miller problem. This is the, hitting problem again. And if he can get 2 Ks here, there we go. Bang, number 9. 1 more to get to 10. Let's go. Let's go, baby. 1 more K, Bryce. And then hopefully the pitching will be halfway decent. All right, after he leaves, but we'll have to wait and see. It's Miller time, baby. 9 Ks, baby. Let's go. Mariner Moose is loving it. He's hit 10 Ks 3 times. Let's make it number 4. McCann got K'd up. Let's see if we can get it right here. Next up, shortstop Max Schumann. Let's go, baby. 1-0 pitch from Bryce. Pitch is low and inside. 2-0 count. Top of the 6th, 2-1 Athletics. Runner at second. 2 outs, 2-0 pitch. Maybe we can get a pop-up or a grounder here if he can't get the K. Absolutely no home runs here. 2-0 pitch. Chopper. Routine playing. Timo. Ty France. Bang. Well, it looks like we're only going to get 9 Ks, but that's a pretty successful outing for Bryce Miller. Could have been a little bit better, but he still got to 9 Ks. So we only have 2 hits. That's our problem. Nice job, Bryce. True North Trident helping out on the Twitter/X side. I appreciate that. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. See if we've gotten to 20 yet. Are we there yet? We need 1 more person to smash the like button. And there we go. We got it. Thank you so much to whoever that was. And we got about 35 people watching right now. Most of them are on the YouTube side, which is good to see. Appreciate you. We hit 20. Let's get to 25. And we still got a ways to go on the Dono side. 93 to go. Next up for the Mariners, 0-for-1 with a K. 5 RBI game last night, a career high. Shortstop, Demo, Dylan Moore. Let's go, Demo. A's made a pitching change to Spence, so hopefully we can start wheeling and dealing here in these last 3 innings. 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th will potentially last 4 innings here. Let them know. Absolutely. And I will be doing a Mother's Day stream, Athletics and Mariners game number 3 in the set. Demo, back to the warning track. Just needed a little bit more oomph on that baseball. 1 away. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 2 with a K. Let's make it 1 for 3. Hollywood, Josh Rojas. Let's go, Josh. Takes a strike, 0-1 count, bottom of the 6th, 2-1 A's. Let's go, baby. We need to be able to string hits together, not just one every 4 innings. And luckily, the one hit that we had was fucking Cal Raleigh homer. Otherwise, we'd be down 2-0, and the probability of coming back would be much worse. So, but again, once starting pitching goes out, it's like anyone that watches baseball on the regular, it's a brand new game. You don't know what you're going to get, out of Spence. You don't know what we're going to get out of after Bryce Miller goes out. Who's coming in? We'll have to wait and see. 1-2 count from Spence to Rojas. Come on, Josh. Let's go, Hollywood. Jason is actually watching the game, something that you should be doing, Matt. Then you would actually understand what we're talking about on the daily instead of just, going in blind. Bottom of the 6th, 2-1 A's. 343 average, 3 homers, and 8 ribbies in 2024. 1-2 pitch. Pitch is high, 2-2 count. Lauren helping out on the Twitter/X side as well. Appreciate that. Cal Raleigh is the first American League catcher to hit 10-plus home runs in his team's first 40 games of a season since Jorge Posada hit 10 in 2003. He's the man. Doesn't matter if you watch baseball or not. If you're going to be a lead mod on the stream, it should be something that you do, especially if you're going to be doing that role. I mean, regardless if we're doing hockey or baseball or basketball or wrestling or whatever it is. Chop foul, 3-2 count. I mean, you're making the job a lot harder for yourself by, doing the stream without seeing what's going on. Being able to have something on in the background, while we're streaming and whatnot. If you have internet good enough to do that, that would be the way to do it. Because the way that you're doing it, that's going to be very easy. Just like with Sarah, you're going to be unfocused. I know if I was a lead mod, I'd be watching whatever the game was going on. There we go, Josh. But I don't expect you to put in the same type of effort and grind like me because, again, this is my dream, not yours. So Next up, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. Be electric. Chop foul. Oh for 2 with a ground out and a fly out. Bottom of the 6th, 2-1 Oakland. Runner at first with 1 out. 0-1 pitch to Julio. I mean, he's due for a homer, isn't he? I mean, can we get one today or tomorrow? I mean, preferably today. Either this at bat or the next one. But again, I mean, hitting has been a very big challenge for the Mariners, considering we only have 3 hits all game. And the one big one was a homer by Cal Raleigh in the bottom of the 2nd. Big swing and a miss behind in the count, 0-2. We know we can get him on base, but as far as like homers, you know, that home run power and that home run technique and touch is not there. Oh, 2 pitch. Double play. Got one. Oh, safe at first. Fielder's choice, runner out. Rodriguez grounded into the fielder's choice to the shortstop. Rojas out at second. Julio safe at first. Next up for the Mariners, right fielder, Mitch Haniga. Let's go, Mitch. You're due for a homer as well. Be electric. Let's go, baby. Oh for 2 with 2 flyouts for Hanny. Bottom of the 6th, 2-1 A's. Runner at first, 2 away. Pitch is outside, 1-0 count. Let's go, Haniger. We need better players, man. Bottom line, we need better players. It's almost miraculous that we're 21-18 with this hitting that we've had throughout 2024. And he came off the bag. Julio, what the hell are you doing? Can't hit, can't run the bags, can't steal bases. Boo birds are coming out. Not necessarily at Julio per se, but you know, just the fact that he got called out there. Oh, you can swear on the stream, it don't matter. Stars 1, Avalanche 0, 15-10 in the second period on TNT. Hurricanes prevented the sweep, ended up winning at home 4-3 over the Rangers. And then see who's up next here for the Athletics in the top of the 7th. 93 to go. Let them know. We got Stanek coming in for Bryce. Hopefully it's the good Stanek, not the bad one. Let me see that mullet fly out of there, man. Let's go. Next up for the A's, 0 for 0 with a run, 2 base on balls. Right fielder, Lawrence Butler. Batting second, third baseman, Brett Harris. 1 for 2 for Brett. And batting third, 1 for 3, former Mariner, second baseman, Abraham Toro. And again, make sure you guys are taking care of your mental health. You only have one. Depression, anxiety, addiction are big things that people go through on the daily, including myself. even though I've kind of gotten past that point recently, thank God. So make sure if you feel like you're slipping a little bit and you're going into the darkness, make sure you're making those minor adjustments throughout your day so that way you can win the day. Exercise, eat a little bit better. Make sure you're spending time with friends and pets. You'd be really surprised when you make those adjustments, you can end up winning the day. Go to the top of the 7, 2-1 A's. All right, Bryce, 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 9 Ks, 96 pitches. Wasn't perfect, but it was pretty good for an outing. Megan in the building, how are you? Stanek in the zone, head of the count 0-2. O2 pitch from Stanek, popped up. Should be a routine play there for Luke Rayleigh. Try to ends up, 1 away. Next up for Oakland, third baseman, Brett Harris. Consuela in the building, what's good? We got 40 people watching. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X and YouTube. Megan, thank you for sharing. Appreciate you as well. Liking as well. We need 3 more likes to be able to get to 25. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. We're 8 away from 30. 0-1 pitch. Chopper. Foul. And we got NASCAR Cup Series at noon for Darlington, which I'll be watching. That'll start at noon, but we will be doing a Mother's Day stream at 1 o'clock for the last game in the set between the Mariners and the A's, and we got Luis Castillo on the mound. So hopefully it'll be the good Luis Castillo, not the first 4 games Castillo. Because if we get the first 4 games Castillo, we're going to get our ass kicked tomorrow. But if he ends up bringing it like he has in the last maybe 3 or 4 starts, we're going to have a chance tomorrow. 1-2 pitch from Stanek to Harris. Chopper towards first. Dribbler, France. 2 away. The defense there by Ty. Next up, the former Mariner, 1 for 3 with an RBI and 2 Ks. Second baseman, Abraham Toro. We just hit 20,200 a day or 2 ago, so next goal will be 20,300. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do, so that way we can update the ticker down on the bottom of the screen. And so instead of having 100 to go, we'll have 99. We're just continuously grinding, baby. Top of the 7, 2-1 Oakland, 2 outs, 1-0 count to Toro. Stanek has looked really good so far, and sometimes location is a problem with him. But a lot of people in the ballpark here in Seattle at T-Mobile. Yesterday, people showed up for the Cal Raleigh Pop giveaway. And even though there's no giveaway, I believe tonight, they are here, obviously, in celebration of an early Mother's Day, which will be tomorrow. There's a good chance, like I said, if we can't put hits together, you guys might end up winning 2-1, or you guys might end up getting another run or 2 before the game is over. But I just got to hope and pray that we can find a way to beat up on a little bit of the pitching and we can at least tie it up, and maybe even win in regulation. But if we make it to 2-2, maybe we can win 3-2 in extras. But, I mean, right now the momentum is in Oakland's favor. 1-2 pitch from Stanek. Pitch is low. 2-2 count. Toro popped up. Julio back to the warning track. There we go. 3 up and 3 down. The defense, Julio. Next up for the Mariners, 1 for 2 with a run, an RBI, and a K. The only person for the Mariners to go yard today to actually put us on the board, it's your favorite dumper, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. We might need him to go homer again for us to even have a chance in this game, which is wild. Batting second, DHing 0 for 2 with a K, Mitch Garver. And hopefully he can do something like this when he ended up walking off. And batting third, 1 for 2 with a K, Jorge Polanco. Let's go, Jorge. And I like these two new ones. You just got to be able to wait for the photographers to debut some new things. But this will go in the rotation for Polanco. And shout out for Jason for the recommendation. And this Mitch Garver will definitely be in the rotation as well. I'm just waiting for better quality stuff to come out. That's why I was using this photo instead of like a game action photo. Same thing also for Luke Raley. Like they need to put up better quality for me to be able to use an action shot. And if they don't have an action shot that's good enough, then I'm going to wait. But this one's a good one. Let's go, baby. Another pitching change. Austin Adams in the game. Hopefully we can find a way to rough him up here. Next up in the box, Mitch Haniger. Stopper towards third. Routine play, throw to first. One away. Next up, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. I'm a big Cal Raleigh guy too. Like, you know, I love Julio, even though he's struggling. I love Cal. You know, I like Kirby as well, you know, for being guys that are a part of our organization. I don't really like guys as much that we trade for, you know, like Luis Castillo coming from the Reds, like the Rojas and Dominic Canzone for Seawald has panned out for us. So, you know, I like the consistency there. But if I can choose between a guy that is a part of the organization that gets drafted or gets called up in single A, double A, triple A, I usually will lean towards those guys more than a guy that gets traded to the Mariners and whatnot, because I don't know how long he's going to be here. But I love me some Cal Raleigh. Arguably one of the best catchers in Major League Baseball. He's already top 10. Some people think he's top 5. You know, he can defend. He can hit homers. He's probably the best power hitter as far as catchers that's in the business right now. You know, he could get a little bit better defensively, even though I think he's in the top 5 defensively from catcher, and he's a switch hitter. He can hit homers from both sides. To me, he's the most valuable catcher in baseball. I don't think there's anybody really better than him, honestly. Now, if we had guys like Buster Posey and Pudge Rodriguez and Mike Piazza playing, then I would definitely give credit where credit's due, and those guys could be labeled better. But we don't really have a lot of those legend type of catchers that are playing today. You know, there's other guys that are good, you know, but I would take Cal, you know, over almost anybody at this point. I really like what Cal Raleigh brings to the Mariners. We just need a little bit more on the consistency. Next up, DHing for the Mariners, 0 for 2 with a K, Mitch Garver. So, Mitch. Appreciate you, Jason. Little check swing there for a strike. $2 holla. Stacks on stacks. Racks on racks. A little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. Appreciate you. $2 holla. Big swing and a miss. 1-2 count. Let me know who you want for a photo, Jason. And I got you. We're at 9. 91 to go. Rest in peace. Bottom of the 7th, 2-1 Oakland. 2 outs, 1-2 pitch. From Adams to Haniger, pitches outside and wide, 2-2 count. JP Crawford. I like JP a lot too. I like a lot of the guys I like that are going to be on and off the field. If you actually get to know their personalities and watch like the pregame show and interviews, JP is one of the most down to earth, coolest guys in the dugout on the whole entire team. He's awesome. I'm a big JP guy as well. JP, Julio, Cal, those might be my favorite 3. Rojas, obviously, this year is my most consistent favorite player on 2024 roster. Adams with a big punch out. He got a little excited there. End of the 7th inning, 2-1 A's. Doesn't matter who the A's bring in at pitching, starter or mid-relievers. It doesn't seem like anybody can hit for Seattle. Tough. Let's get some JP for you. We'll see if JP ends up taking over that leadoff spot, even though he was struggling, or if they have him batting in the 2-hole. I think it doesn't really matter. JP in the 1, Rojas in the 2, or Rojas in the 1, JP in the 2. And maybe it'll help out instead of having Julio batting second. Maybe it'll be better if Julio's batting 3rd, 4th, or 5th. Sometimes you got to be able to mix up the lineups a little bit and not have the same thing over and over and over again, assuming things are going to change when they're not. And at the beginning of the year, you had JP, Julio, and Polanco all batting like 150 or less. So again, you have to make a change, and eventually they did, but they had to wait for JP to get injured and then throw Rojas in the 9-hole to the leadoff role, and it's worked. I got a lot of JPs. He's my dog. I got a couple more. And one of my favorite defensive photos is this one. We missed you, JP. Hope to see you back next week. Next up for the Athletics, 0 for 3 with a K, Tyler Nevin takes a ball, 1-1 count. 0 for 3, a fly out in the 5th at his last at-bat. Top of the 8th, 2-1 A's. And if you're just joining the stream, it's been tough. To start off the game, Cal Raleigh in the bottom of the 2nd, homer to right center, 387 feet, gave us the 1-0 lead. And then everything kind of went downhill from there. In the top of the 3rd, Toro singled to right, Butler scored, Harris to second, tied it up 1-1. And then later on in that inning, Rooker singled to left, Harris scored, Toro to 3rd, 2-1. And that's where we're stuck right now. Off the wall, fuck. Nevin for a stand-up double. Shit. 3rd double as an Athletic. Tyler, I see you. Next up for the Oakland A's, center fielder, J.J. Bleday. He's got a cool baseball name. J.J. Bleday. We can still come back, though. I mean, like I said, we're a top 3, top 5 pitching staff. Right? But again, we're bottom 10 in hitting. sometimes we're bottom 5. So we have to be able to, find different lineups, and, if we're not getting the same thing, based off, each game, if we're struggling and we're struggling and we're struggling, right, and we're not able to trade for anybody at this moment, and we're not able to bring anybody new in, unless you bring up, Jonathan Clase back up from AAA. That was dumb to send him down. Give me Jonathan Clase over Luke Raley any day, right? And we're going to get Dominic Canzone and JP Crawford back next week, but still, it's like, even with those guys back in the lineup, they weren't really doing that much either, but maybe moving guys around in the lineup will help, but I think Scott Service is too stupid to realize that. Like, I get it, for maybe some guys' ego, like JP being a leadoff hitter. He's always been a leadoff hitter. Maybe it would be weird to have him batting like 5th or 6th, but if it's going to help the team win, who gives a fuck, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, Julio normally bats, 2nd, but he batted leadoff as a rookie. But, like, why not punish him when he's doing shitty? Make him go down in the lineup and have him bat like 5th, until he can earn the right to be back up 2nd or 3rd or 4th. You can't just reward guys when they're doing shitty. You got to be able to reward the guys that are doing well. Rojas was batting like 350, 400 in the 9 hole, and Service, it took him until JP Crawford to get hurt to be like, oh, maybe I should move him into the 1 hole. Like, certain things are pretty obvious for Mariner fans, not including just myself. But again, like, moving the lineup around, I think would help us get more wins, especially if we're batting 200 to 220 as a team like last year. No Teoscar, no Kelenic, no Eugenio Suarez. Garver has been a failure so far. Polanco's been a failure. Luke Raley's been a failure. Now, have they done things throughout the season? Yeah, but overall, if you were going to give it a grade from like A to F, it hasn't really been very good for those 3 players. Raley's probably been a D. I guess Polanco maybe a C, and Garver with that walk-off, at least we have something that we remember from him. But he's probably a C as well. I mean, like I said, we've had moments, but the consistency isn't there, man. It's like I can't have one good game out of 6 games played, for Luke Raley and Mitch Garver and Polanco. Like, having one good game out of every 6 games you play isn't going to fucking cut it when we're playing 162. Top of the 8th. Top of the 8th, 2-1 A's. But also, too, being a Mariner fan, and I've been watching since like 85, it's 2024, and I know I look young, but I've been watching since I was like 3-4 years old, and we always start slow. Usually May is terrible, April's terrible, May's terrible, and then usually June, it's kind of like a crapshoot. And sometimes it'll take to like the 2nd or 3rd week of June before we start heating up, when the weather heats up. July is usually good for us. August is usually good. But at some point, Mariners have to be able to have a good April and a good May, to be able to get that win streak going and to have guys, hopefully we can get to a point where we can bat like 250 as a team, which doesn't sound like much, but when you're batting 200 to 220 and a majority of your lineup is batting 200 or less, it's depressing. Rojas is the only one batting 300 or above on the team. He's batting 350, right? Julio, 248, terrible. Haniger, 209, terrible. Raleigh, 215, terrible, even though he's clutch with the home runs. Garver, 167, terrible. Polanco, 187, terrible. France, 244, terrible. Raley, 243, terrible. Demo, 5 RBIs last night, 221, terrible, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been a fan for a long time, but I mean, you can look at those averages and understand that shit ain't good. And if our pitching staff wasn't top 5, we probably would only have 5 to 10 wins right now. We'd be the Houston Astros at worst. Throw into the dirt there, 2-2 count on Brett Rooker. Two pitch. Pitch is low in the dirt. 3-2 count. Top of the 8th. 2-1 A's. Brent Rooker in the box. And Gabe Spire on the mound. Come on, Gabe. You Pat McAfee lookalike motherfucker. Let's go. Come on, Gabe. I actually like Gabe a lot. He definitely could pass for Pat McAfee's brother. Tell me I'm wrong. Come on, Gabe. We got over 40 people watching. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. We hit 25 likes. Now we're at 26. We need 4 more people on Twitter to come over to the YouTube side, hit the like button. Or if you're in the room right now and haven't done it, we need 4 more to get to 30. Oh, they're doing the wave in Seattle. Uh-oh. You know, when the wave comes out, something good is going to happen. Hopefully we get a double play here. Come on, Gabe. Gabe, Spire, McAfee. Let's go. Uh-oh, this is not going good. J.D. Davis. Pinch hitting. See if I can squeeze one in here fast enough. I don't think people understand. It's like, you know, when you're doing like streaming and you're actually producing the show on the fly by yourself and you don't have anyone else helping you, you know, it takes a lot of fucking effort, a lot of button clicking, a lot of speed. Because you have other people that stream, they'll have other people that are working the computer or working other aspects of the stream. But, you know, if you're actually doing the hosting and doing all of the, you know, computer work and all of the producing on top of hosting, it can definitely be a challenge. Top of the 8th, 2-1 A's. Runners at first and third with 1 out. J.D. Davis in the box, pinch hitting. 1-2 pitch. Pitch is high. 2-2 count. Gabe is looking like shit right now. Damn it, another ball. 3-2 count. Come on, Gabe. I think everyone is happy that the Astros are doing shitty, you know, based on all the cheating and the shit that happened in years past. You know, unless you're an Astro fan, then you're hating life right now. You know, but again, it's like you've already got your World Series. They're tainted. Everyone knows you cheated, but again, Astro fans will never admit they cheated, and you know they're happy with the championship, kind of like with the Patriots. You know, again, your legacy is going to be tarnished if you cheat and you get caught. So, big punch out there by Gabe, 2 away. Ashley with a fun fact. Brent Rooker won the Triple Crown in 2017 in the SEC for Mississippi State. Only second player in SEC history, Rafael Palmeiro. Too bad Rafael Palmeiro ended up doing PEDs and steroids. I really liked him. You know, it's like you already knew Bonds, right? McGuire, Sosa, Roger Clemens, and then, you know, many others. Right? Balco and all the other things. But I think the one guy that it kind of felt like it didn't fit was Rafael Palmeiro. Like when that came out, I was like, damn, really? Like I didn't really, you know, with the other guys, I could be like, okay, Bonds, yeah, Sosa, McGuire, you know, everyone's neck was like 10 times bigger than what it was years back, right? And then obviously there was always speculation with like Roger Clemens and whatnot. But I think Rafael Palmeiro was the one that was like, damn, really? Always liked him as a player. Top of the 8th, 2-1 A's. Bases loaded, 2 outs. fuck. We just fucking lost right there. Play at the plate, shitty ass throw. And there it is, Oakland with the dub. I mean, it's not over yet, but I mean, it's pretty much over. That shows you how important pitching is, even with Bryce Miller, getting 9 Ks. If you're not able to get to 5 runs and 7 to 10 hits for the Mariners, you're going to lose 90 to 95% of the time. And again, with 1 home run like Cal Raleigh, that ain't going to cut it. And now we're down 5-1. So, and hopefully we can win tomorrow and end up winning the series. But shout out to Oakland for coming back and getting the dub here today. But it shows you, if you look like Pat McAfee, you might not be able to be trusted. God damn it, Gabe. Tough. Top of the 8th, 5-1 Oakland. And normally Gabe is very reliable, so this is kind of like weird to see him give up so many walks and hits and clutch RBIs. Very uncharacteristic for him, but I guess that's how it goes, right? When you're a pitcher or you're a mid-reliever or you're a closer, sometimes you're going to be on and sometimes you're fucking not. So, way to lose the game for us, Gabe. Sucka. 4 more likes to 30. There you go. Gabe with the strikeout, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, very true. And then, me growing up here in Oregon, I haven't got a chance to meet a lot of famous people, but I did get a chance to meet Ken Griffey Jr. when I was 7 in his rookie year, and his dad, Ken Griffey Sr. And I ended up meeting my dad's hero, Sandy Koufax, when I was 10. So I ended up meeting the best pure hitter, lefty, Ken Griffey Jr. with the prettiest swing, the most dominant left-handed pitcher, other than Steve Carlton on the Phillies and Randy Johnson for the Mariners and many other teams, and Sandy Koufax. So, and it kind of was good that, luckily I wasn't like a Giants fan and like a Barry Bonds kind of guy or any of those other guys like Sosa or McGuire or Palmeiro or Roger Clemens. I think I would have been crushed, as a kid to be able to, have this person as like my hero, and then, finding out that they cheated and, everything that they did was pretty much for nothing legacy-wise. But it's always about Ken Griffey Jr., baby. All day, every day. 1989. And I still got the autograph Don Russ rated rookie, baby. Best signature in sports. Basketball, baseball, football, hockey. Nobody has a better signature than Ken Griffey Jr., period. Takes the time to sign every single letter. And then obviously, Sandy Koufax, baby. And honestly, if I didn't end up meeting Ken Griffey Jr. when I was 7 and Sandy Koufax when I was 10, maybe I'm not doing this channel. Maybe I'm doing beat making. Maybe I'm doing gaming. Maybe I'm a gamer streamer on like Twitch or YouTube. Maybe I'm doing making beats and whatnot. So, but sports has always been in my blood. But those 2 events in my life when I was in 1st and 4th grade definitely shaped me for who I am today. Bottom of the 8th, 5-1 A's. Next up in the box, Jorge Polanco. Now we need a fucking miracle here. Pitches outside, 2-0 count. Oh yeah, Eric Griffey's were dope. I mean, he was the first baseball player to get his own shoe. I mean, he had his own video game on Super Nintendo. I mean, his own candy bar. I mean, Griffey was the biggest thing. And not only in the Pacific Northwest and Oregon and Washington, but like globally. They had Jordan in basketball, right? You had Bo Jackson doing the football and baseball thing. But if you're just talking about a single player, Griffey was a lot of people's heroes, growing up. Not just over here on the West Coast, but globally. Polanco. High fly, back to the warning track, and caught. That's tough. Tough. One away. Next up, 0 for 2, first baseman, Ty France. Bottom of the 8th, 5-1 Oakland. Chopper. What a throw to first. Got him. Ty France's fat ass couldn't even run to first and get that fucking single. God damn it, Ty. Lose some weight, Ty. That's tough. But look at us. We're down 5-1 to Oakland. So like I said, it doesn't matter, if the team overall, isn't the greatest. If you play down to the competition, and they bring their A game, anybody can beat anybody on any given Monday through Sunday. That's tough, though. How's the pitching been, Jacob, since Beaver Fever went on to the IL? No worries. I'll be streaming early for Mother's Day at 1. I'll be watching NASCAR Cup Series Darlington at noon, and then I'll be doing the Mariner game at 1 to 3:30, and then we'll be back at it on Monday, Royals versus the Mariners. Big swing and a miss, 1-2 count. No one's ever seen you run, so we don't know. Pitch is low in the dirt, 2-2 count. Yes, 4 p.m. Eastern, Jacob, 1 o'clock Pacific. I think it starts at 1:10. Usually I like to stream, usually I like to start about 10 minutes early, so that way I can do the starting lineup with all the photos for both teams and, kind of get settled in. So, Rayleigh, throw to first. At least Rayleigh tried to run it out to first base. Good effort by Luke. Yeah, I actually ended up watching his start this morning, in the early afternoon, morning when the game was on against the Cubs, because obviously he's the most highly touted pitching prospect since maybe Steven Strasburg 14, 15 years ago, around 2010. So, yeah, and, I believe he got 7 Ks. First 5 pitches were over 101. They were all like 101 miles an hour. So he's going to be a freak, on the mound. And, again, you're going to have to get a little bit of run support and help. And, there's going to be games where, he'll end up getting 10 Ks and, not giving up anything. And then there'll also be games where he'll end up getting 5, 6, 7 Ks, but he won't get the support that he needs. So, Skeens, baby. He's doing well in life, One of the best projected pitchers. Got a super athletic, cute girlfriend in Livy Dunn. I think he's living his best life. Due up for the Athletics here in the top of the 9th. 1 for 3 with a run and a K. Third baseman, Brett Harris. Batting second, playing second base, Abraham Toro. 1 for 4. And batting third, 1 for 4. Looks like they're going to have someone pinch hit. Maybe Ruiz will be in. Yeah, I think Nevin is out, but he was 1 for 4. And then I think they're bringing in Ruiz. All right, let me get a photo of him. Lizardo is in. It's Ruiz. Top of the ninth, 5-1 A's. This is tough. Two-0 pitch from Lizardo. Pitches outside, 3-0 count. Man, pitching has been ass. And that's the thing that we usually bank on, right, is our pitching. You know, but then if the pitching ends up not being there and we can't hit, then we're going to lose every single game. So it's like you can't, bank on the pitching staff to give up 3 runs or less every single game. And I don't have a whole lot of confidence in the mid-relievers. And the pitching staff is very inconsistent right now with Castillo, Miller, Wu, and Kirby. Really, the only one you can count on is Gilbert, and he got fucked up. He gave up 5 runs in his last start. So hopefully, we can turn it around. Next up, second baseman, 1 for 4 with an RBI and 2 Ks, Abraham Toro, the former Mariner. Rough one today. Pitches inside, 1-1 count. We got Alex Wood versus Luis Castillo tomorrow for Mother's Day. Hopefully it'll be better than this outing for Seattle. 1 home run by Cal Raleigh. That's it. That's pretty much the story of the day. 3 hits total. You can't win with 3 hits. We're lucky to even have a run, honestly, because if Cal just would have got a single or a double, we're sitting at 5-0. 288 average, 3 homers, and 16 ribbies in 2024 for Abraham Toro. 1-2 pitch from Lizardo. Pitches outside, 2-2 count. Two pitch. Chopper towards first. And a base hit for Toro. I need 4 more likes to get to 30. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. We're at 26. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Rough outing tonight. Esturi Ruiz. One away. Next up for the A's, center fielder 0 for 3, J.J. Bleday. Four more likes to wait from 30, baby. $91 to go. Got a ways to go. And hopefully support will be better next week rather than this week. Wild pitch. Runner scores. 6-1 A's. Man, this is terrible. Lizardo is terrible. GG to the Athletics. Good game for them today. 1-0 pitch. The way that this game is going, hell, the A's might end up getting to 10. Fuck. But the chance of the Mariners coming back in this game is like less than 1%, like 0.001. Because there's nothing that has been shown that we can hit today. So to be able to get 5 runs or more in the bottom of the ninth, it ain't gonna happen. Now, if we ended up having like 10 to 12 hits right now, and then we just had a bunch of double plays and unlucky plays, then there would be a little bit of a chance, maybe like 10%. But this one looks like it's going to end up being, J. Bleday, back, gone. 8-1 Athletics. Golly. Mariner fans starting to boo. J. Bleday. Bizzardo, your ass. Terrible ass pitcher. Next up, DH Brent Rooker. Maybe they should have did another pop night so that way we wouldn't have gotten our ass kicked like this. Terrible. And Bryce Miller ended up having a solid game with 9 Ks, and we end up losing 8-1 or worse. Jesus. That kid just dropped that home run ball. Shows you how important pitching truly is. It's a brand new ball game once starting pitching goes out. What an embarrassment. Two for 3, 2 singles, a base on ball, stolen base, RBI, and a run. Rooker has had almost every stat tonight. 1-1 pitch. In the zone for a strike. 1-2 count. One-two pitch from Rooker. Got him. 2 away. Next up, J.D. Davis. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Pitches inside, 2-0 count. God, this Bizzardo guy is fucking terrible. Go figure, I was supposed to go to ground control and go play some video games with my buddy, but since Mother's Day is tomorrow, you know, he has to do some prepping for the fam. So we decided that we're going to end up going next Saturday. But I just messaged him, we probably should have ended up going to downtown and having like pizza, burgers, and playing some video games at the arcade tonight, especially after this 8-1 shellacking that we're taking here. All right, Mariners, now we need a miracle. Bizzardo definitely didn't help us out, put us up deeper into a hole. I mean, if it was 5-1, you know, it's a little bit better of a chance than 8-1. Next up, 0 for 2 with a K, shortstop, Demo, Dylan Moore. Batting second, 1 for 3 with a K, Hollywood, Josh Rojas. And batting third, 0 for 3, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. You know, and we flow and go with Julio. When he's doing good, we do good. When Julio does shitty, we do shitty. So, it's the story of the day. Seriously, dude. tomorrow's starters. Alex Wood versus Luis Castillo. All right, come on, Demo. You had a career high night of RBIs last night with 5. Michael Kelly on the mound. Demo, Dylan Moore in the box. 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss and a rip. Behind in the count 0-2. Insult to injury, also being like 90 fucking degrees here. But at least this is the last day of the heat wave, which is good. 221 average, 3 homers, and 12 ribbies for Demo. Popped up. 1 away. Next up for the Mariners, 1 for 3 with a K. The most consistent Mariner hitter in 2024, Hollywood, Josh Rojas. Let's go, Josh. Just because the team sucks doesn't mean you have to suck today. Let's go. Pitch is low and outside, 1-0 count. And hopefully we get some goats to come through. If not tomorrow, starting next week. This week was really bad. It was really rough. So I'm hoping that it can't get any worse than what we went through this week. So hopefully we'll get more likes and subs and views, and we can get more people to support on the dono side. Because like I said, getting a couple bucks here and there isn't going to pay bills. So hopefully we'll get some more support from the heavy hitters. We're going to need it. But we do support everyone that is liking and subbing and viewing and donating. We just need more of a collective effort rather than just Jason. Appreciate you. Popped up, 2 away. All right, last at bat possibly here. Bottom of the 9th, 8-1 A's. In the box, Julio Rodriguez. First pitch into the dirt. 1-0 count. Jason with $1. Jason is a young buck. That's what makes it more impressive that he's supporting the cause. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks. Cactus Jack, bang, bang. $1 holla. Yeah, but I appreciate what you've. We ended up not getting the dub, but again, with your contributions, it definitely made it more of a win than it could have been. Based on because normally we'll hit different numbers throughout the streams. Sometimes we'll end up hitting 50 or less. Sometimes we'll hit over a hundo. We've had as high as 1,300 for a single donation. I think the biggest stream we've ever had was close to 1,600 in donos. But again, sometimes you're going to hit 100, sometimes you'll hit a 0. Big swing and a miss, and struck him out. Still early, Heatley. Still early. But I appreciate you, Jason, very, very much. And again, I will be here tomorrow for Mother's Day and for the A's and the Mariners in the final game in the set. So I appreciate everyone that ended up coming in, liking, subbing, donating, commenting, and Jason for being the MVP. I appreciate you. And again, we'll be back here tomorrow. Shout out to Jason and Matt and everyone else. And I got one question for you. Who talks sports like us? Your boy Orion, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Final score, A's 8. Mariners 1, and we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, except we are going to be on a different time, 1 o'clock Pacific for the last game in the set for the A's and the Mariners, and I'll be back tomorrow. And again, I am out. Gang, gang.